know we had to push a button. Well, I didn't know I had to push a button.
We said everything
What's
we
going
needed
on?
to say.
It's over. Goodbye.
Hey,
See you guys next weekend.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
So actually, let's let a few people roll in here. We've only got about 29 people in here, and I know that we should have a lot more people before we really start going at it. Yeah, just give them 2 minutes. Let me pull up my screen.
I noticed that a lot of times when you're doing these live streams, I started calling it the moment of silence. And then I noticed some of the guys are playing music. I don't know. Do you have music right there on your computer?
I don't think so. No, nothing that I can play that won't get make us go silent for a while. You know, the YouTube algorithm shuts off the sound to your video if you play music. It's
Does
not
it really? Okay.
Yeah, well, if it's royalty free, you're good. But if it's not royalty free, then they kill you. I've got 2 strikes. I can only get 1 more.
I don't know if I got strikes. I just do whatever the hell I want, and here I am. So hopefully I don't do anything to break all the rules.
Yeah, it's rough. They got crappy rules too. I mean, it's getting worse and worse too. I'm just trying to green feed up here so I can see what's going on. Not giving it. What's that now? Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Did we lose him? You there?
No, I'm here.
Oh, whew.
No. I jumped over Twitter real quick to share this again, to let them know we're going live.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, man. It's like, oh, it all went blank. Oh, well. We'll get you back on.
I will warn you. If you're on your cell phone right now, one of the things I found out the hard way yesterday when I was doing my interview with John Breda, if you take a phone call, if a call comes through while you're on this, it will mute. It automatically mutes this call, and then it won't have any sound. And so my whole damn live stream yesterday from my phone, after about 9 minutes in, somebody tried calling, and I went like that to get rid of the call and didn't realize it muted my live stream. So the whole entire time I'm talking to John Breda on Zoom, me and him, because I had the phone looking at the screen, nobody could hear it. I was like, oh my God. So just so you know, if you get a phone call, it will screw the sound up. And all you got to do is
all right.
You just got to close it out, not close the call, but what I did is I swiped down on it and make it go away and then reopen it back up, and then it worked. So just a heads up on that.
Okay. All right. And if it happens, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
All right. So we've actually got quite a few people in here now, so we might as well start talking.
Heck yeah.
Wow. First and foremost, OJ, thank you so much. That's going to go to the trip. I appreciate this. So before we get cracking too crazy, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell the community who you are. A lot of people don't even know who you are.
Yeah, my name's Mike. Pretty much in the AMC community since January of 2021. I have a pre-existing YouTube channel that I use for sales training, and I started making videos about AMC on Twitter. I was highly involved in the community with folks, started making my videos, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna make some on YouTube since Twitter only allows you 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And so I was known pretty much as the Marine, Triple X. I use that, the Triple X part, I'm starting to drop it now because a lot of people said, well, you know, Triple X, they probably think you're like porn or something. But that was a gamer name. I'm a former Marine. I did 4 years in the Marine Corps many moons ago, a sergeant. So it's in my blood as a veteran and as a Marine. And so I just use the name because I'm proud of it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm proud that I was a Marine. And like I said, it was my gamer name. And I have my YouTube channel where, you know, I focused mainly on AMC and talking with the community throughout the last 2 years. But here in the last few months, I really started pushing towards more of unite, getting people united from all walks of this game we're playing on Wall Street. You know, we're all walking down this nasty Wall Street. And so, you know, I love this idea of this inner community stuff, you know, talking with you. I'm glad you have me here. You know, being able to talk about market corruption in general and set aside our stock plays for a moment and just realize that you, me, all of us retail are really getting it up the rear. So, but that's me, guys. I'm a fighter. I talk a lot of crap. I'm scared of no one. I don't care if bots get in or you don't like me. You can say whatever you want. I'll probably come back at you. Just who I am. But regardless, it's because I have passion and I believe in what I'm talking about, wholeheartedly. So it's kind of me.
I can tell that you do believe in what you're talking about. I believe that you have one of the biggest hearts out here, and you truly want to see some change. And I'm glad that you pointed out about the whole put the stock thing aside, because that's one of the most important things that I think needs to be relayed. And I was talking to you about this before the stream started. Sometimes we need to stop thinking about the short squeeze. We need to stop thinking about the money that we want to get now, because it's not a get rich scheme now thing. It's we're going to take on Wall Street, and eventually we're going to change this, and we're going to see what we want to see in the future. And even if it's not in the right now, even if it's not 5 years down the road or even 10 years down the road, at least we can go to sleep with the satisfaction and the I don't know, the pat yourself on the back feeling of we maybe have changed the way our children are able to make money in the future. And that's the most important thing. It's always about stimulating the future, right? That's what we need to do. And that's what this movement's about, right?
That's
So
right.
can you tell us about Occupy SEC?
Yeah. So now in the AMC community, doing any kind of protest was a massive no-no. Like that was one of the rules. Don't protest, don't protest. And I'm a rule breaker. And after a while, I'm like, you know what? Don't tell me there's something I can't do, especially when it comes to my constitutional rights. And I fought back against people that tried to tell me, oh, you're just going to cause a problem. They're going to get infiltrate. They're going to make us look bad. They're going to J6 us, oh, it's just the wrong thing to do. And I'm like, guys, it's in our Constitution for a reason. In fact, it's in the Bill of Rights. It's literally the number one thing for a reason. And we have a right to peacefully gather together and protest our government, which the SEC is a part of. So we have a legal right, a fundamental right, one that you need to understand that I gave up 4 years of my life to stand up for and be a part of so that I could continue, my kids could continue, and you could continue to have that damn right. And so they call me emotional. It's more passionate when it comes to my rights. And so I knew the stigma was we don't protest. It's bad. You're going to get the stock delisted. You're going to cause problems. It's going to give the hedgies a chance to make us look bad. The media is going to spin us as these bad people. And I'm like, the media has already done that. Like they've called us everything in the book, guys. And after a while, I would say early last year, I brought it, started talking about it. And of course, I got kickback. I mean, all the OG style apes started attacking me. Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. So I let it go quiet for a little while. And then I had people DMing me like, hey, man, I agree. We need to do it. We need to do it. And then finally, I want to say it was probably about August of last year. I just said, you know what? I don't care. It's about the time that I drew the line in the sand. I was like, I'm done with the squeeze portion of it. My stock is where it's at. It is what it is. It's going to run when it runs. And I'm going to focus on the fact that there's corruption. So I started going hardcore, man, since August of last year, making the videos, pushing it, talking about it, putting it out there, getting beat up, being insulted. I got 4 official threats. I've never seen more kickback and more anger and hate directed at me than this entire movement when I started talking about let's gather together and unite, which that just told me we need to unite. So there was two particular people. One of them's a YouTuber, Phil For Real, who said, he basically made fun of it and said, cardboard holding a cardboard sign doesn't sound right to me. But if there's anybody that'll make it happen, it would be the Marine. And then there's another guy, an influential guy in the AMC community, who attacked me early on and said, guys, we need to shut this down because this is the kind of thing that will catch a hold. Well, that fired me up. And I said, okay, you're going to tell me that it'll catch a hold and you're going to tell me I shouldn't do it. Now I'm going to do it. And that's what I did, brother. I started pushing for it. I started talking about it. And I believe in this theory. One builds two, two builds four. The rest is history. Well, guess what happened? I had another guy, Dave Style. He's another small time YouTuber. We found each other. He was pushing the same thing I was. We started to band together, and then another guy, then another guy, then another guy, then another guy. And here we are. We got CEOs of freaking companies that are supporting us, that are coming out there, that are actually putting money towards it, donating. We got Jeremy Frommer that's going to be out there with us. We got John Breida that's donated and put money towards the Boston SEC. And so the idea was basically my number one thing is I wanted us to unite. I want retail to have something to look forward to, something they can be involved in, something they can get excited about. And I just wanted you to meet each other. I wanted you to talk, see somebody in person that feels the same way you do, share those stories with each other. And at the same time, show them that we exist and we're bigger and better than just YouTube and social media. And that was my big drive, man. And I pushed it and I pushed it and I pushed it and I pushed it. And look where we are. We're a few days away. And man, we got so much support. It's crazy. But that's kind of the rundown. I mean, there's a whole lot more I can spew for hours, but
Yeah, and we can if you want to. In all honesty, I think I like what you're saying, and the reason why is because a lot of people forget what it's taken in history, and I've touched on this several times on some of my lives and on some of my videos. History tends to repeat itself, and we always look at that in a bad light, never in a good light. If history always tends to repeat itself, let's look at all the times where people stood up against the man. They stood up against oppression. They stood up against whatever difficulties have come up in life throughout our entire country's existence. And we've had a lot of those times. Am I not right? And look how many times by the people standing up, look what changes were made. Look how different our world is today because of voices, because our Constitution, our whole reason for this entire beautiful country that we have was for the people to have the right to help make those decisions. And we've been shut off from that, especially in our financial markets, which is the most important thing for the retail investor, the person, the human being that lives the 99%. That is the most important thing for us to probably be involved in, because the financial market is what structures our government. It's what pays people. It's what changes everything as far as it goes, because it's money. And that's what money does, right?
Yep.
We need to be able to help control and govern what our financial markets are doing. And you putting this protest together, this peaceful rally is what I would like to call it. It's probably the biggest step in the right direction, because you didn't just do it at a small SEC office. You did it at the SEC office. You decided, now I'm just going to travel, partway across the country, make a hell of a lot of noise on my way there, maybe pick up a few friends, and we're going to get shit done. It's like fuck around and find out.
Well, the beautiful part about it is, here's what I'm counting on. Obviously I was like, I'm going to take on the main corridors. I'm going to go straight in. I mean, that's what us Marines do. We see a target, we're going for it, right? But I also said to other folks, and I guys that are listening, there's 305 of you right now. I want you to listen to me clearly. There are 12 SEC buildings located in the United States. We have one down in Miami. We have one in Philadelphia. We have one in Fort Worth. We have one in Boston. We have one in New York, Chicago, Atlanta, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, and Denver, outside of Washington. So what I'm telling you guys, if you're listening and you can spread this word, there's enough of you out there that can show up at each of these locations in celerity on the same day, the 27th to 28th, all over the damn country. And they have to say something. I mean, 15, 20, 50 of us showing up at DC is one thing, but when we start showing up in numbers everywhere, how in the hell are they going to avoid that? How is the news, the media, CNN, Fox News, any of these places, how the hell can they avoid the fact that hundreds and hundreds of people showed up across the country? And this is the start of it, guys. We got to get the momentum going. I can only imagine some of you will pick up the slack, and imagine keep doing this and rotating every month, or whatever, every week, every month, going to a different SEC. But this, my friend, you're absolutely right. I went to the heart of it, and I'm hoping you guys, if you got a 2-hour drive, 4-hour drive, I'm making an 8.5-hour drive without a stop. I'm an old man. I got to pee, so it'll probably take me 10 hours. I took 4 days vacation to make this possible. I'm leaving a wife and 6 kids, or 4 kids at the house, that she's not liking the fact that I'm leaving, but she understands because I told her I'm doing it. You're not stopping me. This is important to me because of my kids, guys. You have to understand that. My kids do not need to deal with this. And secondly, here's the other side of it. I'm 43. I didn't start investing until I was almost 40. My retirement savings is screwed. Okay, I got less time than a lot of you. So if you're younger than I am, I hope you're investing. I hope you're building up right. But here's the problem with investing that pissed me off about the market is you watch every 15 years or however many years it is, they turn around, they suck up all that liquidity, they crash the market, and they take all that retirement money back from all you people that have religiously been paying into your 401ks. And I'm sick of watching 65 and 70 and 75-year-old people. You go to Walmart, you go to Target, you go to any of these different businesses, and guess who's working there? People that should be retired. And to me, in this country, that's bullshit. When you got, sorry if I cuss on your channel, I get a little heated. But if you've got
You good?
You got people like Ken Griffin, Doug Sifu. You got, I mean, the list is endless of all these people out on Wall Street that are making freaking beyond billions of dollars, money that they can never spend in freaking 300 lifetimes. 300 lifetimes. They're out there in these yachts and buying expensive paintings, and you name it. While you and I and the 99%, we struggle every damn day. We pay 65% probably in our taxes, and we struggle paycheck to paycheck. And then we get old after all that work, and our bodies are exhausted, our minds are exhausted, and we want to just take time off to enjoy our grandkids, but we can't because our retirements have been jacked so they can stay rich. And then now we got to give up what little life we have left to go back to work part-time just to supplement your income. I say fuck that. And that's why I'm saying it's time to stand up. Period. That's me being emotional right now. That's me being mad. MAD, Mass Awareness Days. Hedgies, we're coming for you. That's all I got to say.
That's right, brother, man. That's right. Once upon a time, we used to be able to call them our golden years. And now the big fear is that our golden years are just lining the pockets of hedge funds and the market makers and the bank owners and all these other people, the 1%. That's where the gold's going. There's no gold in our years. Our years are now turmoil, suffering, pain. Like you said, I'm tired of walking into these grocery stores, these big department stores, even gas stations. You just see these elderly people barely able to stand because they've already put their years in. That's not fair to them. And that's not going to be fair to us because let's face it, that's us in 20 years. And actually, let me take that back. Any of us that were born in basically 1975 or later, we're going to work until we die if we don't change something. We are going to work till we die. We will not get a vacation.
And you know what? You're absolutely
right. We got to change it.
Hear that again. If you're born 1975 or later, you might as well plan on the fact if you're not willing to do something, if you're not willing to take a stand now, if you're not willing to show up to an SEC building, if you can't make it to those, if you're not willing to tweet it, text it, raise some damn noise, you're going to be working until you're old as dirt. You're going to be like my father who died in his business. He ran a small business. He died in it at 73 years old. Okay, guys, I'm not doing that. Like, my body from the military is already falling apart. I got back issues. I got hearing issues. I got anger issues. I got knee issues. I got 80-year-old issues. But you know what? I got 6 kids and I'm going to have grandkids. And I sure as hell want to enjoy a portion of my life without stressing about some damn retirement or job or something I got to show up to the man. I want to actually say, look, before I die in this world, I want to go to Egypt. My wife really wants to go to Jamaica. Like, I want to be able to do those things. But the way they make it in this country, what's happening to you and I, what continues to happen to you and I, that ain't possible. They're going to get rid of home ownership. Okay. If you don't know, that's already happening. They're getting rid of home ownership. They want you to rent so that you're paying freaking rent till the day you die. They're getting rid of cars is next. Yep. Over time, they're going to get rid of your cars. They don't want you to own a car. They're pushing you to move into the cities. Then you can just take buses and their little electric cars, right? They don't want you to own anything. Everything's a service. You have to look at it. It's already there. It's been happening for about 10 years now. They sell everything as a service. So you have a monthly payment for everything. And then that way they keep you all the way till the day you die. And I'm sorry.
That's right.
I'm not willing to do that.
They've made it impossible for the average American to be able to pay off mortgages. They've made it impossible for us to be able to afford health care, to be able to invest into even a safe 401k or IRA fund. You're going to struggle paycheck to paycheck to be able to put more than 3 to 5% of your pay into those things, which, let's face it, that does nothing for you, nothing. And then, like you mentioned, in 15 years, it's going to get cut in half so that you have to try and rebuild those things again. It's like it does. It's like you take the chopper out. It's insane. You touch on so many great points that fire me up, and you and I are going to have a great time next week, by the way, in case any of you don't know. I have gotten next weekend off, and I am also making the trip to the SEC building in Washington, D.C. I'm going to take a whole bunch of recording equipment. We're going to go live. We're going to hang out with Mike. Syntax is coming as well. We're going to have a great time. There's going to be a lot of heads of the influencers communities that are going to I'm sorry. that are going to be there. Can you tell us who else you may be expecting as far as maybe CEOs, things like that?
Yeah.
You already said Jeremy, but is there going to be any more?
Yeah, so on the AMC side, there's a few more YouTubers. So Dave Styles, he's a small time YouTuber. George Donahue, who's actually another Marine, he's already planning. He's coming too. He runs a big YouTube channel on the AMC side. He's been fighting back. He has an actual open lawsuit that he applied for over a year ago against Citadel, I believe, and Robinhood. But he's going to be out there. So another big time influencer. I think he has like 17,000 followers on his channel. So him and I connect a lot. There's a group called Naked Truth .info. It's a nonprofit that works hand in hand with Wes Christensen. They're going to make the trip up. Heather, the main one, and her husband are definitely coming. They're going to be coming up. Jeremy Frommer, he's the CEO of Created. They're the ones that Jeremy and I have talked off and on for the last 2 days. Pretty cool guy. He actually, I wrote up an article for him. They put it inside of their website, part of that CEOblock.com. That's where people can sign up for. So Jeremy's going to make a personal appearance. He's also going to be giving me money so I can buy pizzas while we're out there. So he's helping with that. I know John Breida said he couldn't make it, but he said in my last interview that he had donated money to the MMTLP folks, so that up in Boston, it sounded like they're going to be organizing there. So that should be a large crowd. Of course, CV Payne mentioned it when he was doing the interview on his show a couple days ago with Roger Hamilton, or actually Roger Hamilton mentioned it first, and then CV Payne mentioned it at the end. I made sure to upload that clip. So that was huge. That's spreading like crazy. And then yesterday, Roger Hamilton, and I haven't got the clip yet, but I was told by several of my viewers that Roger Hamilton and Wes Christensen, and specifically Wes Christensen, brought it up that we're going to be doing the Occupy SEC 23, and we're going to be in Washington. So we've got a lot of big names, a lot of big folks that are talking about it. So I mean, obviously, unfortunately, it's up in the air. I keep hearing people, they keep DMing, people are sending messages. I'm coming in my tweet threads, in my DMs, in my YouTube channel. So I really don't know how many is going to come. I'm hoping that we get there and it's freaking crazy, man. I'm hoping there's thousands, right? But the fact
there just may be.
Yeah. The fact that look, to me, this is, or hear this out. Somebody asked me this question. This is what I want you to know. People keep DMing me and they're saying, is anybody going to Miami? And you know my response is, you are. This is what I want you to understand as a viewer. You are. You make the decision for yourself, not for anybody else. It does not matter if anybody else is coming or not. You trusted your fellow retail people that you're in your communities with, that they're holding their stock and diamond handing with you, and you trusted complete strangers to do that. So what you need to do is trust that they're going to come too. So instead of asking me who's coming or who else is coming to the city, you be the one to come. You go, you show up, and if everybody has that same attitude, watch how many people show up. And so I just wanted to get that in your head. So integrity is doing the right thing when no one's looking. So remember that. It ain't about who else is coming. It's about you coming.
How many AMC apes are there right now? Can you remember?
That are coming, or just in general?
No, just AMC apes in general. Rough estimate.
They're supposed to, at one point in time, they're supposed to be 4.1 million.
So let's go down a notch. Let's say there's 3 million AMC apes out there, right? If every single SEC building out there had one person standing outside of it, I guarantee you, for every single one person that's standing outside of it, 5 people in that one day will also be an AMC ape and stop. They will stop, right? If you just have AMC up there, because AMC is huge. There's on record 65,000 MMTLP holders. There's more than that, but on record, same situation. You go out there, FINRA fraud, stand out inside of FINRA, stand outside of SEC, FINRA fraud, stand out, retail strong together, whatever it may be. People will stop because they know, they've heard this story. We've got movies, for God's sake. We've got movies. Even if they haven't, if they're not an investor, they're going to stop because they know what you're standing there for. They've seen it. You know, it's all over the news all the time that there's issues in our market and people are corrupt and things like that. I mean, if you make the stand, like you said, even by yourself, you're never alone. You're never alone, because there will always be somebody who wants to follow you. Always be somebody who wants to follow you. But a lot of times, the reason why there isn't anybody out there is because you're always waiting to follow somebody. Get out of your comfort zone. Stand up. Make a difference. You know, right? You were a Marine. Did you ever think 2 years ago you were going to have a YouTube channel? You were going to be standing up to fight market corruption?
Hell no, dude. I moved, bro.
I'm
Listen,
a lawnmower salesman.
listen. Okay, folks. You want to talk about getting out of your comfort zone? Okay, you need to understand something. I can present in front of people. I do it for a career. I can put this face on. I talk to people like right. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest as I can. I'm gonna say this and take it the way it is. But most veterans understand what I'm about to say. Not only do I have PTSD, but I don't trust people. And truth be told, I don't want to be around people. When I go to restaurants, I sit in the back corner, in the very back corner, and I see the whole room. When I go to my church, I always sit up front or in the far right or somewhere where I can see. I don't like people being behind me. It's part of my PTSD issues. I don't go to malls. I stay away from crowds of people. I freaking hate it. Okay, I really do. I like my one-on-ones and I like being in a room with just a couple people. So the idea, and I've never protested before in my life. So the idea of getting out there and standing with hundreds of people or 50 people or whatever, thousands of people, and then they're going to be talking to me because obviously I'm setting this up, makes me fucking nervous as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I had to step out of my comfort zone and say, you know what, devil dog, you know what, Marine, suck it the fuck up. Here's a box of straws. Lead yourself first. Show everybody that you're willing to do it, and then let them show them how to lead themselves first. So yes, comfort wise, I am super uncomfortable. The whole idea is not me, man. It's not something I want to do. It's something I desire to do. And that's crucial. It's not that I'm motivated to do it. I'm fucking desired to do it. Okay. Once you desire to do something, you desire to take a stand and you look at the difference that you can make. And besides that, it's history. You're about to go create history. I don't want to just be a YouTube pumper guy. I want to be known as a dude that showed up, booted up, strapped up, and was willing to make a difference. So when this story is told and I tell them the story to my kids and my grandkids, and I'm freaking 75 years old on the porch with my swinging balls hitting the bottom, I can turn to my kids and say, my balls were big. I showed up to the SCC buildings. I was one of the first ones out there and I did it. And that right there is much bigger than my personal feelings. So
Big diamond balls.
big diamond balls.
Big diamond balls.
Well,
So
hey,
speaking of diamond,
true
go
story.
ahead.
I unfortunately do have some big balls,
Yeah.
or they sag from wearing boxers a little. And when I used to ride street bikes in my early 30s and my late 20s, I've rolled them a few times climbing onto my street bike. And there's nothing like rolling a set of balls under your legs when you go to climb on that bike. So my wife, and I'm just being blatantly honest now. I know people go on Twitter and make fun of me now.
I
The
love this guy.
Marine literally has big balls, but I do. My wife complains about it. She's like, those balls are big.
Huevos.
Huevo, macho, or whatever you want to call it. Grande huevos.
Oh God, I love this guy.
And I'm not even smoking.
Well, I will for you, bro. Yeah. Whoa, geez, man, that was funny as hell. What was I just gonna say? Oh yeah. Speaking of diamond balls, just to touch on something, as you can see, I'm a huge meta nut. I'm hoping that one day they have this technology called plasma fusion. I'm hoping one day I get some diamond coated balls because they can do that. They can actually take a ball and they can coat it in anything you want, like any substrate. So George Palicaris, the CEO, actually has a set of golf balls that are coated in diamond dust. And they will travel pretty damn far, I guess. So that's what I want. I actually want a real set of diamond balls.
Well, you see these big trucks, being that I'm in the South in Tennessee, you see these big trucks rolling around. I have a big truck. I don't drive it often, but they have those that set of balls that hangs out from underneath the bumpers. I should get some of those. I need to find some of those, and I'm gonna freaking paint them like diamonds. And when I drive up there, I don't know if I have enough time to do it, but I need to go see if I can find a set
AMC on it. Put
Yeah,
AMC on it. Have them customized.
Well, just so you know, on the AMC side, I'm going to tell you folks, I'm going into this without the AMC. I'm going into this with the stock market corruption. I'm not representing AMC. I'm representing 99%. I'm representing that we're being fucked. And it ain't about the stock that I'm holding anymore. It's about the fact that you even in your community and what you guys, your MMAT, all of you guys, COSM, GNS, all of them, GTI, we're all getting screwed. I'm going to represent all of us. So that's why I'm willing to cross over. And I think more AMC tubers, I think more of these different people that are influential to the community, you need to be willing to talk to each other. I even talked to Moran Sarans from the GME side. Him and I are both veterans. He had respect for me, and he bashes the hell out of AMC. But he understood and he respected me and respected the fact of what I stood for. And as far as I know, he doesn't go out and try to bash me. He bashes the rest of them, but That's what we need. We need to be united. I don't know how else to say it.
Absolutely.
We have to unite, folks. The only way we win this game is we unite.
That's right. It's because right now it's the big against the few. And as soon as it becomes the many against the big, I like to reference when I talk to like children, to youth. I was a youth baseball coach for a long time, right? And one of the things I've always taught was how to be an ant. And sometimes being an ant sounds like it's a bad thing, but it's not. You know why? Because an ant has a family. They have a very big family, and they know how to communicate with their family. And no matter what happens with one ant, you're going to have many ants right behind them. The ants don't stay small. They grow big once the other ants pile on top of them. An ant can do anything they want to do as long as they remember to communicate with their family and get all of them behind them to do so. So don't be afraid to be an ant, because the ant will overtake the grasshopper.
Yes. And speaking of which, I posted some videos on it. You guys need to go watch, what is it, Bug's Life. And you really need to watch. There's a 2-minute clip there with Hopper, and then there's another 2-minute clip. And I told people when I started this in my community, I put it out there. I said, I'm going to be your ant. I'm going to be your Flick. I'm going to be him. I'm going to be Flick.
Yes.
And I was. And guess what? Now I got your support. But before, I was beat. I was tarnished. Everybody was afraid. Don't go up against Hopper. Don't go up against the man. You're no. You to beat me down. Well, fucking look where I am now. Okay. I am your Flick. Now I need my ants. All of you. You have a chance. Just like he just said. He just said it really well. Be an ant. Because together as ants out there, we'll take down the grasshoppers.
Man, I didn't even know you had anything Bug's Life related out there. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yep.
Oh man, I am so pumped.
Oh man, you telling me, bro? And that was one thing. I went on the. I've been on 4 space calls. I used to not go on space calls. I hated them, especially from my community. They were just, thrashing calls and fighting each other. It just became drama crap. But I was introduced to your guys' community. I have a friend in there, copy and paste, and he started sending me info and stuff. So I attended one, and they were all excited. It was like, welcome, come on in, man. You know what I mean? And I get in there and I listen, and I'm like, God, this is how I was. This is how we was January of 2021 through about June, July of 2021. And I remember that excitement in everyone and that feeling of everyone. And coming back over and talking with you guys has renewed that in me. It's actually, I'm already stoked to a degree. I mean, I'm up and down, but you guys have renewed the crap out of me in perfect timing, because I'm ready to march. It's March time, and that's the knife hand. So my veterans will get it. But yeah, brother, I'm fucking stoked, man.
Hey, I just got a notification. GNS, it was halted a minute ago, and it's moving now. This thing has been skyrocketing today. Wow.
Over 100%.
Oh my goodness. Right? If anybody hopped in, it's up 240% right now from open.
240
or from close of yesterday. Oh. From close of yesterday, it's up 240%. It's sitting at 185. It's insane.
It's at $1.85.
It's at $1.85 from 50 cents yesterday.
You guys see now. Good. I'm happy for you, GNS guys. I should have bought in. I knew better a few days ago. I didn't have the money, to be honest with you. My focus is not about the money right now. It's Occupy SEC 23. But I knew a few days ago, after I started getting the buzz going and talking with the Jeremy Frommer, John Breida, and then seeing Roger Hamilton, I was like, shit's about to pop, and something's gonna happen, man. We are already raising ruckus without even showing up yet. That's what's so cool about it. It's spreading, ruckus is happening, people are happening, attention's being brought back. And congratulations if any of you got into GNS while you can. You're sitting pretty already. Those of you that might have been in it, hopefully it's coming back and saving you and getting you back to your point. And I hope it just keeps running. Fuck the shorts, make them pay, right? That is awesome.
That's right.
News.
That's right. While I've got still a bunch of people in here, I want to make sure that you guys go over, you find the Marine Activists channel on not only Twitter, but on YouTube. There is a link to it in the description of this live stream. Go subscribe to this man's channel. Go follow him on Twitter. I know there's hundreds of people listening on Twitter right now because you guys do that. You stream the videos on Twitter. So all of you that are on Twitter right now, make sure you're adding him, the Marine XXX. And in his YouTube channel is The Marine Activist on YouTube. Go see this man. Go watch his videos. There is more passion in him than I've seen in a lot of people. He has got this thing laid out. He knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to see, and he's determined to get it. He's got a mission. He is following it. And anytime something gets in his way, he's adapting. He's overcoming. Hoorah, keep moving. Do you have any petitions? Where'd you go? You there? I lost him. You still with me? Mike, you with me? You three halt. You three halt on the live stream. Oh no. You with me, Mike? He might have gotten a phone call. Wonder if he got a phone call. That's the only thing that stops a Marine is his wife calling him. That will stop a Marine every time, dead in his tracks. But hold on. Yes, there is a petition. Cool, cool, cool. Hopefully he hops back on here. I don't know what happened there. This is crazy. I don't even know how to correct this. Guest left. Maybe he'll be able to hop back in with the code. We'll find out. Oh no, we lost him. All right, let's see here. Wonder if I can get him back. They heard us talking. They heard us talking, guys. They pulled the plug on us. They heard us talking. They're like, no, hey, woo.
Hey, look, I don't want to be that conspiracy guy. I just recorded it from my other phone, but my phone just went off and said it's overheated. Like I'm sitting in my car.
I just said that.
Yeah. There's no way my phone's overheated. I just had to turn on my AC in my car full blast, dude. And not only that,
they just unplugged you.
Yes. And I'm telling you, I've made videos on my phone. Something's in my phone. I know it is. And I can't figure it out. But it literally, like today, I was trying to make a video a little short about Occupy SCC, and everything I did in the YouTube app wasn't allowing it to work. I had to record it from another phone, from that one. I mean, all my apps are doing something, man. I swear to God, I'm not making this up, but somebody's shutting my shit down.
I've been having to go to like Telegram and whatnot to start using encrypted stuff because I can't even talk on Twitter anymore to people. It seems like every time I say something in any kind of chat, it gets taken out of there. It gets repeated. It's gone. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, whoa. So yeah, I've been doing the same thing. I've been having trouble.
My YouTube people are telling me. Some of my viewers are telling me my comments don't show up. I drop comments all over the place on YouTube. No one sees them. They don't show up hardly at all. Other people say that they don't even get notified. So there's people that are following me on YouTube that get notifications when I post something or if I upload a new video. I got people commenting all the time like, dude, you don't even come up in my notifications. Majority of people saying I don't show up in their stream or when you scroll through whatever the hell
shadow banned.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, and like, look. I'm just going to say it that I have you on here. I'm not an idiot. I'm an okay looking guy. I run a pretty decent YouTube channel, in my opinion, right? I'm very passionate about what I do. But for some damn reason in the AMC community, my channel doesn't get watched. Like it's not seen. You know, it's slowly. I've busted my ass for 2 years now making videos. I got 837 videos. I'm freaking these last 3 months, I've turned the heat up. I'm doing 5 a day, just trying to get it out there for Occupy SCC 23. Like I'm in over achieving mode, right? I'm in devil dog mode.
Yeah.
But like something's happening, guys. They're trying to stop me. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a conspiracy guy, but it kind of sucks, to be honest with you. But hey, here I am. I don't give up.
I'll tell you, once you get over that 5K mark, you're going to see the algorithm unlock for you a little bit. And you're going to start seeing a lot more viewership. That happened to me. But I understand what you're saying because over the course of the last year, I've been a meta nut for, but it's another one of the ones that are heavily beat down. They've had to do offerings and things to try and build capital, the whole 9 yards. I mean, they are literally a picture perfect story of a shorted, distorted company, right? And I had the same problem, even though I had a lot of subscribers and stuff, and I was putting out videos every single day. My viewership went down. I mean, I was only getting 3, 4, 500 views when in the beginning of my channel, I was getting like 1,500, you know? So it's like, it really crunched down because all I was talking about was how they were shorting it, how they were beating it down. You could see the high frequency trading. You could watch the level twos. I mean, you could just see it all. And they were silencing me. I totally understand where you're coming from with that. Before you got blocked out there, I was asking, do you have any petitions out there? Yeah, like, is there anything out there that people can go to, maybe sign a petition or anything like that?
Almost at 1,000 signatures. I've already emailed it to the relations, John Merriweather. I've told everybody to email it to him because I feel like in my play on the AMC side, our management, our staff, our board of directors, our CEO should be doing what these other CEOs are doing. So that one, that's a separate one. But the main one I did create, people asked me about 3 days ago. I created one for basically you agree that Gary Gensler, the SEC, everyone needs to take part in what's happening. You agree that what we're doing on January 27th, 28th is, real and legit, but you can't make it. So if you can't make it, you can't be there, you're willing to sign that, because I think the bigger and the larger that grows, we can utilize that too. I can print out the list of people. There's things we can do with it. We can send that list off to Congress folks. We can send that list off to SEC Gary Gensler. It also is very useful in the community because when I can brag about it and show, look, these are the people that are supporting this, what it does is it gets you to go, well, look, there's 700 people supporting it. I'll support it. So every signature matters. Every time you sign it and you're willing to do it, just shows everyone else that you're willing to fight back. So yeah, I do have that petition out there. I'll tweet it to you once we get off here a little later. I'll go in and get it again and retweet it. I only put it out like 3 days ago, so it's like 150 something signatures right now. The Adam Aaron one, it's only like 20 away from 1,000, so I'm kind of stoked. That one's been out about a week, but yeah.
Well, don't you worry. Once you get me that petition, I think I've tweeted it once. I'll make sure I tweet it again. We're going to get you up there. We're going to get those numbers high. Another thing, while I've got everybody in here, we got 244 people in here. We also got a bunch of people sitting on the live stream and Twitter. Do me a favor. Let's get hashtag Occupy SEC trending. Let's get that thing moving, because we need to get as many. 23. Sorry. Yeah. Occupy SEC 23. Hashtag Occupy SEC 23. Let's get that trending. The more we can get that trending and the more people know about this coming up, the more likely it is to get a lot more people there at all of the SECs. Okay. Also, I tagged Elon Musk in a tweet earlier today. I encourage everybody to go find that tweet and retweet it, because if we can get him, and this was off the backs of another person's tweet, if we can get him to acknowledge this, a presence like that, a big figure like that, that is huge, guys. He's stated before that he's against the naked short selling, and if maybe he's just not aware, So the more times something like that gets shared or gets tweeted out to him, hey, Occupy SEC, look into this, Elon. Can you support us? Can you come down? This guy can hop on his jet and go anywhere he wants at any moment of the day. He could be there if he wanted to. And I think in order to get somebody like that, to get stature like the Elon Musk or oh God, I'm getting just names off the top of my head aren't coming, but just get big names, right? Get huge names out there like that. You need to make them aware that there's a lot of people looking at it, and it's actually good publicity for them. In all honesty, it really is. It's good publicity for those big names to come do stuff like that and to back us up. So there's a good chance that you could get people like that. Make it heard. The louder we are, the more places this is shown up, the more people will get involved. The more people that get involved, the less likely it is to get swept under the rug. That's the last thing we want. No more sweeping under the rug. No more kicking the can down the road. We need to make the change.
My community and everybody that will listen, Payne, ask him. Roger Hamilton, I've DM'd him and DM'd him. He's not responding to me, but I kept DMing him and I told other people too. And guess what he did? He brought it up with the 2 minutes or 3 minutes he had. He made sure to talk about it. Okay, that means he did that because he heard us, just like John Breida. I got another guy, Frank, from the GTI community that DM'd me today. He's a big name in there for some Frank Bendetto. He messaged me with his cell phone number and said, let's talk, man. All this stuff 2 months ago, 3 months ago wasn't happening. I had a handful of people, guys. And now look, you know what I'm saying? Like, this effort never equals zero. Remember that. Effort never equals zero. What you're doing right now could pay off tenfold later. And even if you don't see it does, you still had integrity to do it. So tweet at Elon Musk, tweet at the, what we really need to do is focus on these news stations. I'm surprised someone hasn't picked it up yet. I'm surprised they're not talking about it. There's Google Washington, D.C. news media, and you guys need to hound the crap out of them. I need all of you out there to hound them. I mean, email them, call them, text them, tweet at them, whatever you can do. Hound the crap out of them and let them know what's taking place, because that's what we need. We need their attention. All it takes is a couple news stations to start writing about it. That's all it takes, and then it starts to spread. And if you're going to a different SAC building, then you need to do the same thing for your city. If you're in Atlanta, find out who your local news stations are and freaking start pounding the pavement with them, calling them, letting them know. Go talk to them. Whatever you got to do. This is action time. In the Marine Corps, you hold till you see the white of their eyes, right? Or, well, in my case, I just stay 500 yards back and I pick them off one by one. But still, you wait, right? And when the time is right, well, now the time is right. The momentum has shifted. It is moving in our favor. We see it right now with these CEOs. We see it in these other stocks. Even if your stock's still down, it doesn't matter. The attention is being raised, and you need to get louder, okay? I don't know how many times I tell you that. Get louder. You have a phone. You have social media. You have it right there in front of you. So I know and I believe in you. Remember that, and I'm proud of you guys.
Man, you've inspired me so much. You just wow. I'm glad to see there's somebody else out there. There's more people out there that are in this for the real fight, the true fight. I'm dude, pumped, man. Pumped. So pumped. I'm so excited for next weekend. You have no idea. Yes. All right. Everybody that's in this chat, everybody on Twitter, please do me a favor. If you can, get to Washington, D.C. or any of your SEC offices next weekend, Friday and Saturday. Get there. Do that. Hold your signs. Wear your shirts, whatever it is you want to do. Get there, okay? We'll be opening you guys with open arms, or welcome you guys with open arms. Come on in, all right? The more people, the better, the louder we can get. Let's see if we could fill up that whole pool thing. I don't think it's anywhere close to where the SEC thing is, but, where all the big petitions happen, the big riots happen, or whatever. Not riots, I guess, or the rallies. Let's see if we can make a stance. Let's see if we can really make this coming up weekend, this following weekend, the change, the turning point for retail investors. Can we do it? I think we can. I definitely think we can.
And little side notes, if you're listening in all over the place right now, Friday is the 27th is 10 to 4 is what the permit in Washington, D.C. is. I'm hoping that everywhere else across the United States, you're showing up around that same time, 10 to 4. We'll probably have an overlap of 4 hours. Make sure you're live streaming. Make sure you're videoing, taking pictures. While you're out there talking to your fellow apes and your retail investors, you're pounding that too. You're sending out pictures. You're hugging. You're shaking hands. You're getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? You're doing all that kind of stuff. 10 to 4. And the reason I chose Saturday and made it 2 days is so that those of you that maybe work and can't make a Friday, you can still show up on a Saturday. But remember, January 28th of 2021, in my opinion, was one of the greatest crimes ever pulled against retail traders. And that, if you know the story, is when they decided to turn off the ability to buy, Robinhood mainly, but about 13 other brokers, prime brokers, all turned off the ability for you and I to continue to buy a stock that we believed in. And that stopped and halted the run that was about to crush the market. And that right there is why I went full boat. I freaking jumped all into AMC. I put every dime and dollar I had in. I went nuts over it because I said, you just showed your hand. When you had to turn off the buy button on us, you just showed your hand. You were fucked. Now all we got to do is gather together and we're going to get you. And so that's what did it for me, guys. So it's an uncelebration day. It's in remembrance of the day that they freaking pulled the greatest crime, in my opinion. So that's why I did Saturday too, so we can all be out there, remember that moment and be gathered together in remembrance. Because I know the SEC buildings will be shut down. Why are we there on a Saturday? It ain't about the people on Saturday in the building anymore. Hell, those people already know. It's about the fact of you and the people standing next to you. It's about you. Okay, it's for you. It's for you gathering together, you being with your standing shoulder to shoulder. Like, it's for us. Okay, Friday is for the people in the building. Saturday is for us. It's for us to gather together and support each other. And that's the whole purpose of it. So 10 to 4, show up at your 12 SCC locations. One more time, I'm pretty got them memorized. We got Washington, D.C., which is the main one. We got Boston that's supposed to be kicking off really good. We got New York. We got Atlanta. We got freaking Miami. We got Fort Worth. We've got Denver. We got Salt Lake City, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Chicago. I think I covered all 12 of them.
I think you did. Denver. Did you get Denver?
Denver.
I think you said Denver.
That's the one I always forget.
It's that lonely one off in the far reaches of the country.
And we do have a Discord channel set up for it with each location. So if you join the Discord, I don't want to say mine, but I created, I didn't know what I was doing. It works. If you want to join the Discord, we have that. Those that don't use Discord, I get it. I also have a Facebook group page. One of your own, Alex, from your community, I gave him full control of it. I said, dude, I don't have time. I created it back in September of last year to be prepared for this. It's quadrupled or 6x already overnight of people that are joining it too. So even if you can't show up, you can still join in those communities. You can still support others. You can still encourage others. And the biggest thing we can do is retweet the hell out of each other. If you see me, you see Smokey, you see anybody in the community, just keep and hit the quote tweet. It sets up the algos. If you re-quote it somehow, it really helps the algos. But most importantly, drop a comment, even if it's just a GIF, even if it's just a little simple meme or a smiley face. Dropping comments on everybody's posts is what really sets off the algos. And as those algos get set off, that shit will boom. Okay?
Yep.
So,
yes, absolutely. Comments. Those are the algorithm things, because the more comments, the more it sees it. It's like, oh, hey, this is interesting. You may want to see this. Look, somebody else liked it. What else did I want to say? I forgot.
Oh, I'll have.
Are you there?
In Washington, D.C. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hang on one second. All right. Yep. Okay, we're good. Somebody had said that they couldn't hear anything, but we're good.
Okay. So a couple more side notes. Washington, D.C. I will personally be staying at the Phoenix Hotel. There's several other apes that I believe got rooms at the Phoenix Hotel that are flying in, driving in, you name it. A lot of us are going out of the way or going across country. So if there's still rooms available, a lot of us will be at the Phoenix Hotel Thursday night. I know Jeremy Frommer's coming in Thursday night, the CEO. I don't know if he's going to join us or not. Who knows? We'll be playing that by ear. If some of you want to get dinner Thursday night, and then even Friday if you're driving up, I imagine after the event when we're done at 4:00, I imagine we'll scatter. Maybe we'll go. A bunch of us will still gather together and go eat, or we'll go somewhere. Like I said, John, make sure you wear warm clothes. Here's another thing I was told by people. I went and bought some mats, but I was told when the ground is cold on concrete, if you put a piece of cardboard underneath your feet or something just in between it, that insulation layer, because if you lose heat through your feet and your head. So if you're not used to cold weather environments, we don't know what the weather's going to be like out there, wherever you're at, your area, but make sure you dress warm, have a little mat to stand on. I'm probably going to bring a lawn chair because of my back. I mean, at one point, what's wrong with all of us just chilling in the lawn chairs? I don't think that's illegal. We could be sitting around having the chill in the lawn chair moments where we can rest. And then food and snacks, like I said, at Washington, D.C., I'm going to try to get it all set up to order pizza. I have Dave looking into the different pizza places. At least we can have something to eat. And maybe we have so many people, I can't feed them all. I have a small budget for that, but hey, at least we tried, right? So we got that.
I hope we have that many people.
And Jesus fed 5,000 people with a basket of bread and one fish. So I'm sure we can figure out something, right? We'll make this work. We're the 99%. We're resourceful. I also not to let the cat out of the bag, but from the ceoblog.com website that you can sign up for, they do have special gear and swag, and they're supposed to be sending me a crap ton of it. So I'm sure I'll have fun tossing whatever hats and t-shirts out to you guys for that. So that's pretty cool. If you saw, I did to raise funds. I'm not a GoFundMe guy. Like, I don't ask for things. You need to understand. I don't take super chats. I don't ask for money. It's a pride thing. Okay. I didn't even monetize my channel until about 5 months ago. I was not about that. I was about the movement. But I had a bunch of stuffed apes. Well, I don't have one in my car right now, but I had all these stuffed animals. I bought a collection back in 2021 from a guy local that had a crap ton of these stuffed animals. They're all stuffed apes. And so I bought him off of him because I was going to use them for a nonprofit idea I was involved in, but that fell through. Well, I put them up for sale to the people on one of my videos, and believe it or not, I sold enough of them to pay my gas and my freaking hotel. It was cool. You guys helped me out. You bought these apes. Well, I still got a shit ton left, so I'm bringing them. And while you're there, hopefully you guys can have an ape and remember it and keep it. Put it up on your mantle. Keep it in your room. I had mine in my car. My kid took it out of here. But, I'm going to have those 2 to hand out, whatever's left. There's probably 70, 80 of those. So we're going to make it fun. Remember, this is about fun. If you can't have fun first, forget it, right? We're going out there with the fun.
Absolutely.
This is not, we're not going out there to raise the hell you think that people want to say. I'm not about that. And I'm going to pre-warn you right now, folks, if you come out there and you act like an ass, I know a lot of veterans are coming. I got a couple big dudes that are coming. I may be a small guy, but I tell you what, we're going to stop you real freaking fast. And I'm going to have 911 and the Metro Police or whatever is there on speed dial. It ain't about that. I just want you guys to know it's about getting to know each other and having fun. And we'll know an outsider real fast. So if any of this worries about infiltration or people, coming in to make us look bad, we're going to separate from them faster than hell because I can tell an ape from an ape, and I think you guys can too. So don't worry about that. We're going to be safe. Like I said, we're going to be out there. If you know George Donahue, he's one big dude. Well, he's a Marine. I may be a little dude, but I know how to bite some ankles really well. So don't worry about that. We're going to help each other, protect each other. We're going to support each other. But most importantly, we're going to have freaking fun. So come.
I don't think I've ever met
fun.
I don't think I've ever met a Chihuahua for a Marine, but you sound like you're a vicious one.
Well, no, I always say that because just another quick funny story. Back in my drinking day, I had to stop drinking and going to bars because if somebody, I protect. Okay, I protect people. I don't protect myself. I let people punch me. It don't matter. But when it comes to anybody else, if I see someone being abused, I will freaking come unglued. Right? That's part of my PTSD. Well, back in the day when I was younger, I had to stop going to bars because when I was in a bar, if somebody started like messing with someone, making fun of someone, or anything would happen, I was that little short dude that would freaking get in their faces. And I remember I got in this one dude's face. He must have been like 6'4", and I had to look up like this, right? And I was good and drunk. I looked right up at him, and I think he was messing around with my girlfriend at the time. I straight looked up at his eyes and I said, I tell you what, motherfucker, you continue to do what you do. I may be a small guy, but I promise you one thing, I'll bite your fucking nuts off. And I just looked at him. I said, so you're going to get hurt. You may fuck me up, but I promise you one thing, you will be hurting my man. He just looks at me, he's like, and turns around and just walks off. And I'm just like, yep. Like, I don't care. Like, we were trained in the Marine Corps. You may hurt me, but I guarantee you're going to be in pain.
Yep.
We both will. So I'd rather, to be honest with you, I changed my tone. And the last time I got in a fight, I told the dude, I said, look, bro, you're going to get hurt. I'm going to get hurt. We're getting old. We're going to wake up tomorrow feeling like idiots. We might end up in jail over what? Do you even know what the fuck we're fighting over? I said, I tell you what, let me buy you a beer.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, we were buddies the rest of the night.
There you go. There you go. So I do want to stress something, just like Mike just said, this is peaceful, guys. There's not going to be any ruckus. We're not trying to, recreate any past years here. We want to go out there. We want to stand up for what's right. And that's exactly what we want to peacefully make a rally. That's why I keep trying to say rally, not protest, because protest just seems to almost, angerize it, as a protest. It's a rally. It's a place where we can go and we can have our voices heard by making a physical statement, by standing strong and just talking. We're basically just going to speak the word. People are going to come up to us in the streets and they go, why are you here? What are you doing? And we can then just start blowing up knowledge, all this powerful knowledge that's in our mind, and bring more people to the understanding of what's actually happening here.
Yep. That's exactly right. It's going to be fun, enjoyable. You say rally. I love rallies. I call it mass awareness days. We're just out there because we're out there. That creates awareness. I hate the word protest. I keep saying it, but to me, this isn't a protest. This is us awareness. This is us doing a rally. Oh, by the way, Jeremy Frommer is also purchasing. This is what's so cool about these CEOs, guys. He's purchasing. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about all this. I don't know. But anyway, he's purchasing sound equipment and some kind of speaking devices and stuff and mailing that shit to me. Okay, I had to give him they're mailing it to me because he was like, do you have anything? I said, well, I got a plastic table and I talk loud. I said, I think I got a kid's blowhorn somewhere. And he goes, no, I got you. I'm like, what?
Awesome.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the kind of CEOs that I want to follow. These dudes are coming down off their ivory towers and joining with us because they're tired of seeing their company screwed over, and they're tired of seeing us get screwed over with the stocks in their companies. So I had to throw that out there. I forgot about that. But yeah, thanks to CRTD,
Yeah.
they're going to be getting me equipment.
That's awesome. I was going to say, because if not, I've got some stuff I can bring. I mean, I'm going to be bringing all my gear, but I've got a big speaker and stuff, and microphone that we could actually use. But sounds like they got you squared away, bud. Yeah. So that means there's a backing behind this, not just from retail side, but the CEOs are backing it up too, which that is huge. Yeah, man. So I don't want to cut this any. What's that?
I was gonna say I got a few minutes before I have to take off. Did you want to go through any of the messages? I keep seeing them pop up, and I feel bad ignoring people sometimes, but I don't know if you wanted to.
In all honesty, these messages, there's no questions. There's just pure love comments, and I'm going to tell you what they are. You guys are great, Marine. You're a fantastic veteran. Thank you. We love you. Make sure this is peaceful. Then they did correct. It was 5 loaves and 2 fish. So anyway, what's that?
No, I was gonna say I'll quote the Bible better. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I don't try to quote the Bible because I don't know it as good as most. But yeah, it's just everybody in here is just pouring out love. Nothing in here bad, nothing, guys. And I love to see that I got hundreds of comments, and everybody is saying, "Hey, go at it. Hope to see you there." There's a lot of people in here even saying, "I will be there. I will be there." That is fantastic. You may get your wish. You might have hundreds of people standing there supporting this fantastic cause, this great movement that's been pushing for 2 years now. But and you know what? I think it's even the great thing about it, as you just pointed out, you made sure that you did it on the anniversary date, January 28th, 21 to 23. That speaks volumes. Hey, we're not going to forget. We're not going to forget, and we're going to be here. That was the day that changed the way retail looks at the stock market. It was the day that we all looked at it differently.
Yep. Hey, real quick, man, here's what's sad, bro. Like when I got into investing in 2018, October of 2018, I started trying to learn on my own accord with no help. And of course, I screwed up and lost money or whatever. And then I started finding chat groups of other people. And then I started bouncing from these groups, listening. And then I started investing. I did some pretty cool trades like Palantir, Novax, Neo. There was all these cool trades I did in 2020. And all of a sudden, I started building my account up. I started with $200 in 2000. Anymore, right? I've bought a house. I got property. I've done everything I needed to do in life except that car. Well, so I was like, I don't want to take the money from my family. I'm going to see if I can work for it. And I did, dude. I built up my account to 28 grand worth of stocks before I jumped on AMC. But during that time, I was an advocate. I was telling all my friends, my family, I was showing them, look what I did. I started with 200. I got a discipline. I kept putting 50 in. I put 100 in. Every paycheck I started, and next thing you know, was putting in $200 from a paycheck. I was investing in these companies. I was researching. I had 37 different stocks of companies that I had researched that I was going swinging and long on, right? Swinging and long, because that was a little more comfortable to do as an uneducated stock trader. Okay, that's all I was. I was just a 99%. And I was telling everybody, you need to start investing. Just download this app. I mean, I was big on it. And that's all I want to do, to be honest with you. I'm like, I want you guys to invest so you can be like the elite. The elite use our money. They invest it. They put their money over there. They invest and it grows and compounds. We need to do the same thing, right? That's where I was at. I want the world to invest. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do rallies. I'm going to get people pumped up. The market's not that hard. You can invest because they've been telling us to stay out of the market. Let some professional do it, right? The market's not for you average Joes. You guys aren't capable of doing it. Sorry, six-pack Joe. Like, you guys, market's not for you. Let your professional do it. Well, times are changing. We're disrupting the shit out of it, right? But then I found AMC. Then I found the corruption. And then it changed me. I said, holy crap, I don't want people coming into this nasty market. I can't, in my own good conscience, run around out here telling all these people to start investing in a market when all that market is going to do is rob them of their money. Like, no, 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 no. So I completely switched. And now I'm like, okay, let's rally, let's fight back, let's push back, let's clean up this market so that it becomes fair for you and I, so that when we are investing our money, we can grow our money and our money can grow for us in a fair and transparent way. And then we can, by taking control ourselves, because you know that those, when you invest in those 401ks or you invest in those other plans or those so-called financial advisors that are on every street corner, and they charge you 4% or 5% fee to manage your own money, and then you're lucky to get a 5, 4, 3% return. Man, dude, I had a lot of trades that I did, like Palantir. When I traded Palantir, I turned that shit around for like a 65% return. You know what I mean? Like, I had other ones that were 100% return. We have the ability. You have the ability. You have the support. You have communities. You have people where we can grow our accounts at a great rate. Massive, right? We can grow them just like the elites do because they have their inside information. So we are the 99%. We can crowdsource the information, but we can't do any of this, guys, until we get this market fixed. And that's just how I
Correct.
feel.
You're right. You're 100% correct. Because due to high frequency trading, which is a practice that no retail investor can even begin to try and get into, because it's done on a trading floor by algorithms. Due to those practices, we're the retail investor we're subject to being beat every single time. We can't beat the algorithm. So as soon as we can open up fair trading and a more transparent market, that is when we can win. Not till then. We might be able to hop in and out, swing trade some things here and there, but to truly invest in a company, to truly go long on a company, especially some of these new ones that are really coming out here that are going to change the world, it's going to be impossible because they don't want to see these companies succeed. It's more profitable for the hedge funds and the market makers to drive a company down than to see it succeed.
And look, if this doesn't piss you off or make you mad, mass awareness days, or affect you emotionally, think about this, guys. I twist my head, I get a little crazy, but think about this. They literally utilize the market to control the growth and the death of companies. That NWBO one, if you know what happening with them and why they hired Wes Christensen, that is a cancer for the brain research company. If you've looked into any of these medical stocks and a lot of the history of these things, these companies manipulate the crap out of their companies and their stock prices. They control them, whether they're going to allow them to grow, whether they're going to allow their stock to get to a point where they can do an offering to get more money. There's so many companies out there that are bringing good services and good products and good things. They're bringing freaking jobs to your country, to America. Okay, they're bringing jobs, creating jobs. They're getting creative and hiring people and trying to bring a business in. But then you got these freaking hedge funds and market makers and prime brokers, whoever you want to call it, up on Wall Street and says, well, guess what? We don't like you, or we're going to utilize your little company and we're going to make as much money as we can running you out of business. That's sad. That's sick. That's freaking disgusting. And they're doing that for what? Their bonuses? Because if you guys, I come from a commission bonus world, that CEO up on top that's making $35 million, plus he gets another $200 million in bonuses and freaking stock options and everything else. And then the dude under him gets, 15 million, and the dude under him gets 7 million, all the way down to the employee that if he does every metric possible, he's going to get 135 million or 135,000 plus $100,000 bonus. You know what I mean? Like, that's how that shit works. It's greed from the top down. But unfortunately, that greed system is destroying our lives. It's destroying people around you. It's destroying retirement accounts, and it's destroying good companies, man. And it's no longer the days of let's help companies grow. Let's create natural business in our country. It's let's make money doing whatever the hell it takes. Oh, by the way, if we control it on the way down and we short them and we control it, we can actually control that. They can't control the growth side and just natural growth. They can control the downside. And they figured that out a long time ago. We just didn't see it. And what have they been doing? They're running them out of business. That means your neighbors, your friends, people you work with, probably family members of yours, has been affected somewhere along the line that their company that they've been connected to or that they work to has been ran out of business. And that's right there alone. Yep. Make you fucking show up, boot up, and bring your ass to Washington, D.C. or one of those 12 SEC locations. And this is me being a Marine right now. But anyway.
Hoorah. Hey, you've got stuff to do. You've probably got to get back to work, don't you?
I do. I have a client to go see in about 10 minutes. I just checked on my phone to see how far away it was. And I've got 7 minutes. I'd be there. So I'm good. But yeah, I appreciate
Okay.
I really appreciate this, man. It's great. I'm going to tell you right now, it's great to talk to another person, especially an influencer like yourself, a YouTuber that understands it's more than just our views. It's more than just, our super chats or people following us. It's the fact that we believe in what we're doing, and we're affecting change. Okay. We're calling for
We
action.
are.
We're helping people to affect change. We actually believe. I can see that in you. You believe that. Unlike some tubers out there that just want to see you click on it and watch their channel, they're trying to be content creators. Some of us are different, and I'm glad that I met you, Smokey. I'm glad that you brought me on, brother. I appreciate it, and it was kind of fun. So hopefully, you and I here in the near future can do some more of this.
Well, we're going to. We're absolutely going to. In fact, we're going to do it here in about 9 days. We're definitely going to be teaming up here. We're going to hit it hard. We're going to make sure that we're loud, man. We're loud. We got to be.
Absolutely.
I'm pumped. Jacked, man. Tits jacked.
Tits jacked. And any of you that are listening, I heard some people say Semper Fi. In the Marine Corps, we have this thing. It's called Get Some! And that's what we do. We get some. So you need to get some of that shit. All right? Roll up in there and get some. All right. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much, Smokey.
Yes, dude. Hey, bro, take it easy. I'm going to talk to these guys real quick. They're freaking out about GNS. You have yourself a good one. And I will be in contact with you in the next couple of days.
Perfect. Thanks, Smoke.
Yes, sir. Hey, take it easy. All right, guys. That was an amazing talk with the Marine activist. His name is Mike. In case any of you did not catch that, he's awesome. That guy was awesome. So pumped. So freaking pumped to have somebody like that on my side. He's on all of our sides. I've been talking, if any of you have followed me for the last 2 years, I've been talking about how the market's manipulated, how I could care less about a short squeeze and all these other things. And most people are like, oh, come on, then what are you investing in? Why are you even in the market? Blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? I'm in the market, yes, to make some money, but now over the last at least year and a half, I've been in the market to change it. And I speak it all the time. We need to change. It needs change. And this guy is freaking doing all the right things. If I would have ever thought that I would have had the power to start a petition or do things like that, I would have done it a long time ago, but I never thought that. This guy jumped out of his comfort zone and he just went gung-ho. He literally, just went crazy with it. He's just like, hey, let's do this. Let's make sure this happens. So I'm backing him 100%. I hope all of you guys do as well. So next week, January 27th, 28th, go to your SEC buildings. If you're near one, go to one, please. If you want to come out to DC, please join us in DC. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a good time. We're going to help educate the people around us, tell them, about what's happening in our financial markets and how we, the people, are the only ones who have the ability to make it change. Now, as far as it goes with GNS brands, if you have your chart up, one thing I'm going to tell you to do is pull up a Fibonacci. Always look at your Fibonacci's. Now, Robinhood's not the best to look at that at, but if you take it down, your Fibonacci, you start at the 53-cent mark that it started at in the pre-market, you run it all the way up to $2.15, where it did make its big bounce off of and retrace. You'll notice that it's only come down to its 38.2% retracement level. It is actually making a healthy breath and a bounce as we speak. Do not count this to be out or down in any way. Yes, shorts were involved in that, but in any good technical trade, you're going to see a pullback. It's when it pulls back further than that 50% mark that you really need to start being concerned on if the shorts are really attacking. As of right now, what I have seen is a beautiful, healthy retracement to 38.2%. And right now it is bounced and is back up to tapping the 23.6% line and may actually break through it here in the near future. Volume is still good and strong. It petered off a little bit for a short amount of time, and that was during the downside. That you will notice that anytime a short attack comes, it does come on the back of low volume. So you did see a small one there, but it's for health. It's for health reasons. Anyway, I am expecting to see this continue to run. It may be able to touch that 215 mark again. I'm probably going to see 2, though, is where I would see it going probably through the end of the day and then maybe consolidate. But you know what? You never know. Good things are happening. More awareness is coming. These shorts are getting scared. They're not going to want to stick around in these heavily shorted companies for long, because they know that we, the retail investors, the apes of the community, we're watching. We're paying very close attention, and we're making sure that the fuckery comes to an end. And I think that's the most important thing that we can say is we're making sure the fuckery is coming to an end. So anyway, like I said, if you want to pay attention to the charts, you want to watch GNS, if you're invested in it, if you just hopped in for a short squeeze, whatever it is, I hope you didn't just buy in on the run up, because with every run up does come a run down. Unfortunately, and that's what we're trying to fight. That's what we're fighting against, is that run down, because generally the run down isn't caused by retail. It's caused by market makers manipulating the stock, using high frequency trading, spoofing, and various different tactics to help drive it back down to where it was before. So that way they can make all the money that they did on the way up. They can make even more of it on the way down. Yeah, don't think it's going to work with GNS. I believe you're correct. Anyway, let's see here. Now you tell me. Great. Anywho, this live stream has gone on plenty long. I really hope all of you had a great time listening to the Marine Activists. I hope we did a good interview for you. I hope to see some of your beautiful faces out at the Occupy SEC 23. Make sure you're on Twitter tagging that. Tag it. Hashtag Occupy SEC 23. All right. And let's get it shared. Let's get comments going. Let's make this viral. We want to make this visit to DC extremely important, extremely loud. Let's see if we can get some media outlets out there. Go like this man's, go follow him on Twitter, go follow him on YouTube, and anything else he has to follow him on, go do it. All right. We need to get him out in the open. We need his face out there, his voice out there, because it's powerful. It's very powerful. Deuces, everybody. Have a good day.